Alright, this is Rod checking in with his Jeopardy calendar, looking at Memorial Day and $1,000 for this if you can answer it. This traditional song of Memorial Day was originally a call to extinguish lights. This was on Wednesday, the 31st of May. You gotta tell me what the name of the song is. Listen to the background here. Okay, that last one was the 31st. That was Memorial Day. This is still a Memorial Day question or answer, and it was May 30th here, and the answer was the World War I poem "In Flanders Fields" inspired the use of this flower as a symbol of remembering fallen soldiers. So you have to tell me in a question, just tell me what is the flower here that they are referring to. Now, I had to think about this because I was thinking carnation or something, but that's not true. This flower often is sold by veterans standing on a corner, and it's not a real flower. It's just something you put in your hat or in the buttonhole on your shirt or something at that time. So you have to tell me, what is the flower that's a symbol for remembering fallen soldiers? And they used to, you'd give a donation and it went to the veterans. Now this one kind of hits home because this was a Memorial Day one, but for Memorial Day, the 3rd U.S. Cavalry Regiment places flags in front of more than 200,000 headstones in this cemetery. Now, Gwen's grandpa is buried in this cemetery, and I forgot what it was called, but we have been there. Gwen and I have been there, and you have to name the famous cemetery where a lot of the veterans were buried, and I think a lot of people can be buried there if they're a veteran of World War I or World War II. So this was a Memorial Day answer from last Monday, May the 29th. So you have to answer the question here, or ask it in the form of a question. What is the name of that particular cemetery? Now I'm just changing my calendar. As you can see, I'm backing up into May. Today is June 1st, but this is May, and May 28th was last Sunday, and the question was a weather statistics. Okay, the answer was rainfall in this area, covering 2 million square miles and 9 countries, has topped 120 inches some years. So it was, you have to tell me, what is this area called? And I know that I often order stuff from Amazon, and that's the first word. And so what is the name of this area? 120 inches in some years. You know, that's 10 inches a month. That's unbelievable. Okay, this one is one that I knew right off, and a lot of you will too, but it's alliterative people. In other words, the first name and last name will sound the same or start with the same letter. But this is a hard one. It must be a hard one, but I knew it, and as I've known the other ones too. But worth $2,000. So prior to March 6th, 1964, I remember that like it was yesterday, Muhammad Ali had this name, and his first name and his last name started with the same letter. And so you have to tell me that answer for that one. That was from Sunday, May 7th, and I sometimes even refer to him as with that name. And the same way with, there was another basketball player that the Bucks had, and it was changed, and this guy changed his name back in '64. What was the original name? Now this one here is an alliterative people. In other words, it has to be a person we're going to call here, just like the last one was the name of that boxer. Anyway, his original name, before he became famous, he became famous with that original name. Here, this one must be an easy one because it's only worth $400. And I kind of had to back up a little bit, but I did get it. You can too. But she was the first lady from 1989 to 1993. Now, what I remember is her first name is the same as her last name, and it wasn't, I had to go back and say Rosalind Carter. I heard her in the news yesterday, heard about her. She's got Alzheimer's so bad now, Rosalind does. Both of her and Jimmy are still alive, but Rosalind or Rosalind Carter, that wouldn't be right because Rosalind starts with an R and Carter starts with a C. But this one here, her first name and her last name started with the same letter. So who was the first lady from that time? You can look it up or just search your memory. No, it's a beautiful day here the last 2-3 days, just gorgeous. Had to turn the air on yesterday, which was the last day of May, because it was getting warm in the house, and so we turned the air on. Everything's working good, but it's getting dry outside. We need some rain here in the Menominee Falls, and I'm only going to give you those couple of days off of my calendar and see what kind of a response, because although I send this to a number of people, there aren't many people that even open this video, much less respond to it. And so those will be the people I'll continue sending stuff to, the ones that respond. I do know how many people open a video, a YouTube that I make, because that is told to me how many people open it. So the interest, and not too many people want to be challenged here, so we'll see what happens.